Make a real difference. Give them hope and a new lease of life. Anna, Rebecca and Bin are chronically ill orphans, abandoned by their parents because of their medical conditions. Anna was born with a birth defect. Her backbone, spinal cord and tissues protruded outside her body. A kind neurosurgeon operated successfully on her. Although she still needs a wheelchair after the surgery, she's been adopted into a nice family in the United States. Rebecca was born with her bladder outside her body. Surgery was carried out to move her bladder and its tissues back into her body and to ensure that they are functioning well. She now leads a normal, happy life after being adopted by a family also in the United States. Bin was born without sight and sound. Can you imagine a baby born into this world in total darkness and silence? He was abandoned in an orphanage with a note from his biological parents saying that they couldn't afford further treatment for him after cataract surgery for his sight. Bin has just received a cochlear implant and is currently undergoing 12 months of rehabilitation to help him listen with his cochlear implant and learn how to speak. This is the cry of 2-year-old Bin, the moment he could hear the first sounds of life when his cochlear implant was activated, pretty much like a newborn baby's first cry. Joyce and Robin is the amazing couple who started New Hope and made a real difference in the life of these orphans who needed urgent medical attention. This is their story.
One Saturday, we said, let's go and visit the orphanage. And so that became really the start of everything for us. Joyce wanted to ask the director if he could go out and visit the children that were not well, that were sick, and sort of where he kept them. And he said, well, they're up on the 3rd floor, you can go up there.
It was the most painful thing I've ever seen in my life. I think we cried the whole time.
We did, yeah.
There was no adult caring for them. They were just lying in these cribs, 3 to 4 to a crib. Some were dying, nobody cared, nobody held them.
We came out of there, both of us really broken up, and we stood at the gates of the orphanage and we prayed and we said, Lord, we never ever want to come back here unless we can actually do something to change things for these kids. I'd like to stay in China, we'll build a foster home and we'll look after sick babies.
And people started to bring us children, and then we moved further and further up the house.
Robin and Joyce continued to gain favor with the Chinese government, and in 2006 they were offered a lease on a small piece of land in the city of Luoyang, China. 1 year later, Maria's Big House of Hope opened on that same site.
New Hope now has 6 centers in China looking after sick orphans.
We've looked after about over 2,000 babies now, which is astounding.
In the past 16 years, 2,352 babies have passed through the doors of the New Hope foster home. 49%, that's 1,152 babies who originally had little or no hope for the future, had their medical conditions treated and were saved.
Astounding. We've been able to do that. The people we've got on board now that are doing such an amazing job, we've got nurses that are coming in that we employ from the Philippines. It's sort of like God's putting this team together. He's putting the team together for a reason.
They are the reason, and you can make a difference too. We give orphans with chronic illnesses a new lease of life. Will you join us in the giving?